Okay, so you're with the Velasco family. My name is Roel. I'm here with my parents, Delphin and Norma Velasco. And so we'll be making today tupig and bibingka made with the same ingredients but in different formats. So we just want to go over with you the ingredients that are needed to put all of these things together. So I'm gonna have my dad and my mom kind of talk about the different ingredients that's going to be needed.
Okay, this is the grated cassava. Roel had taken the root from University of Hawaii farm, and when he brought cassava home, we take away the skin and then grate them, after which
we grate it with this.
Yeah.
And so before my dad continue, I just want to put a shout out thank you to Tasha for letting me know about the cassava, letting us know when to harvest it, as well as Kaylee and Nao and Vanda, who actually help actually harvest the cassava in which we're putting it together today.
Yeah, the cassava is a very important root. You call that a root crop there in the Philippines. This is, there are two kinds of cassava. You have the mochi cassava, and the other regular, which is the color is white. But this one, since it is yellow, we consider this as a mochi cassava. And we grated it. And the other thing that we are going to show is the stripped fresh coconut. The stripped fresh coconut will be mixed together with the cassava. It will be mixed thoroughly so that it will be a mix, it will be even, you know, to all the things that would be cooked. And the same thing also with this one. This is one of the main ingredients, which is what you call the grated coconut meat. And when we do this thing, we are going to smash it, press it hard, and then after that we're going to squeeze it. And the milk that will be taken out from this thing will be mixed into this cassava together. And then together with the cassava, as we are getting ready to cook this one, then we are going to put a little bit of the mochi-ko flour. The reason why we want to put the mochi-ko flour is because we want it to be a little bit more sticky. But sometimes if you overdo putting the mochi-ko flour, it will be not that good. It's not really tasty as it's supposed to be. Because when this thing is cooked, you will not be able to taste the cassava real good. But if it's a little bit less, then you can taste it is balanced, and you can taste and you know it's really good. Together with it, to give taste to the cassava, to the bibingka, and as well as the tupig, you have also sugar. Over here we choose the dark brown sugar, not the white one. This is better than the refined sugar. This is what we always use there in the Philippines. We call this molasses. Over here you call this the dark brown. It's because it is refined, but the molasses is liquefied. And then after which we're going to put also the butter and mix it up together. And then when all of this done together, then we're ready to wrap that with coconut leaves, as well as banana leaves.
Okay, so for the next piece that we'll be doing is actually preparing the banana leaves. The banana leaves that was actually harvested from the campus garden. And so featuring my mom, the main chef of the house, is demonstrating what what do you call this, Mom? What we're doing to the banana leaves?
I'm making it soft by the fire, so
right.
It's more soft when we wrap the kangkanin.
So as you can see, the color as it's placed over the gas stove, it turns to this brightened green piece. And so take a look at that, observe that, because that's important when we're going to be making the wrap of the tupig. And so we are preparing it. We prepared a whole bunch already. All of these has been all done. A bunch of this, a whole ton, and wiping it down after. And so you're just gonna do this. Allow it for a couple of seconds to soften the banana leaves. As you can see there, it turns to this bright green. And after we do that, we're gonna wipe it down. Yeah, Mom?
Yeah.
What is that? What is the Ilokano name again for softening? Ilanat?
Ilanat.
Ilanat.
Tapno nalamlamuyot na pagbungon.
So we make it soft so that it's easy to wrap. And so the next part is just now wiping all of the banana leaves. So these were a bunch previously done. And just we want to just take away all of those excess things that was on it before we cook it and consume it. Yeah.
As well as for the bibingka. This one, after us, we're going to squeeze this one. Then we are going to strain them with this, and the milk that will be squeezed from this thing will be put in this one, and then we are going to mix that into and we are going to make it like a dough. So at this time now, we are ready to squeeze the grated coconut, and this is what we do. Usually in the Philippines, we have this what you call cloth, and we are going to squeeze it good. Yeah, and then after that, we are going to squeeze and try to take all the milk as much as possible. And since we don't have that today because it's so sudden, then I'll just squeeze it with my hand. So I do it like this to take out the juice, to take out the milk. And when I feel that it's already mashed good, then I'm ready to squeeze it. Put it on the strainer, and the milk that will be taken there, then it will be used for the cassava. Okay, my wife is ready with the water, right? Because we are ready to squeeze it. I can feel already the milk coming out at this very moment, and yeah, it's laborious to prepare everything, but when everything is ready, prepared, just only a matter of 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending what kind of tupig or the bibingka you like. So over here now is ready to be squeezed. Again, I have to mash it out like this. See, you see the white color? That's the milk of this grated coconut meat.
Nothing beats fresh coconut.
Yeah, fresh coconut, this one. Not the one you buy from Pacific or Seafood City. The reason why we choose this one is freshly squeezed. The one, it's frozen, and sometimes the milk in that container is being mixed with water. It's not really concentrated, but this one is concentrated. Now I'm ready to squeeze this. See all the milk coming out? You can see all the milk. This is a concentrated milk from the coconut. It's not the water of the coconut, but this is the milk. We just only add a little bit of this what you call water so that we can squeeze good. We grated the meat fine so that you can squeeze good the milk from the coconut.
So the tool that my dad was using was the igad,
yeah.
With the wood and the little metal at the end of it, and you just, roll the coconut on it, and where we are at that point of squeezing it to get the milk. So what is that, Mom? We're gonna do it one more time.
Yeah.
One more time, yeah.
So
One more time.
Take oil the milk.
We'll do it the second time, and we are going to add a little bit warm
hot.
or hot water. It gotta be warm because it's hard to squeeze him when it is hot here. So we are going to a little bit warm. See, it's kind of dry a little bit already. You cannot feel anymore the oil in this grated coconut. Once again, we are going to mix it up. It's kind of hot a little bit. When all of this thing be done, you can feel already, you know, the grated coconut, it's very light. No more the oil. It's taken out already. Usually, my wife was the one doing this. Yeah. And it's because it's hard for her to squeeze the coconut, grated coconut. So I just volunteer. Not that because I like to be on the video. But, well, that's what family is all about. Husband and wife. Okay. Let's do it one more time.
Squeeze to get all of the...
Yeah, as much as possible. Alright, we're done squeezing the grated coconut meat. And this is now how much of the thing that we took out from one coconut alone. Imagine how much of this. That's plenty.
So what we're going to do now, Mom?
I will put this
He's going to make dough already.
The milk and
Yeah,
the
the
cassava. We call cassava kahoy, yeah? Kahoy in Ilokano.
Put this.
And then what is that, Mom? That's the young coconut. So we like to highlight my dad's plant, the coconut, as you can see, as much as possible. So as the cassava, and so know that we prepared the cassava a while back, and so the cassava was actually in the freezer and we had to let it defrost for a little bit. So know that if you can actually grate the cassava and let it stay in the freezer for quite some time and then use it. So this actually cassava was actually from July. And now we're using it at the beginning of September. So you can, preserve it in the freezer and then use it like how we're doing it today. Oh, the next thing is now we're gonna be putting butter into it. Butter into the mixture. Melted butter into it.
I just put little bit sugar because
molasses, the brown sugar.
And so as you know, just like, our parents and family members or measurements is to the eye. And so, and so this is however much sugar you want to put it is based on your sweetness. And so we try not to put too much sugar. While it may look like it's a lot, it may not be enough sugar to be sweet enough. Now we're adding some mochi-like flour.
You go by taste too.
Only half of this.
Okay.
Lepas the scissor na ko.
So my mom just referred to me as nakong, which means son. So letting folks know the Ilokano language that is spoken in our household. May you learn some Ilokano today.
Yeah, nakong is a very intimate, call. Intimate calling our son. Make them know that they're precious to us. They are wonderful children, and when they know that they are well respected, even so, in return, we will be respected also.
This is vanilla. Pure vanilla.
Adding this stuff too, is very tricky. Usually my wife wants me to taste the sweetness, the stuff, because I have a better taste buds than my wife. I give her the final, decision.
And so just wanted to know that Tupig, it depends on the region, of the Philippines, that the thing that we're making, wrapped in banana leaves, based on the region, it's called Tupig, or other places call it different things,
Or just kankanen.
Or kankanen. Kankanen is Filipino dessert or Ilocano dessert.
Different regions, different way of calling, but it's still the same. It's only how they call it that particular dessert.
Mayat means it's good already. So the next part of what we're gonna do is
I need to clean this with this one.
so my mom is wiping the banana leaves with the dried up coconut, grated coconut that was used for to squeeze and get milk. So she's kind of wiping it or doing some cleaning of the banana leaves.
Yeah, the reason why we're doing this with the what you call that, the grated squeezed coconut, is because when the thing is cooked, when you take out the lid, the thing doesn't stuck in the leaves. You can easily pull it out. It's because there's oil and the leaves.
If they don't do the fresh coconut like this, is there something else that could be done?
That's okay. They
Just wipe them with the with the paper towel.
paper towel.
Yeah.
Okay, so after this, are you...
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap after this already.
Okay, so we're gonna begin to wrap in a little bit. Okay, and now we are putting the finished mixture together in the banana leaves. As you can see, my mom is putting it together. We did have to put a little bit much more mochi-ko flour in it to make sure the consistency of this is not too watery. So hopefully you can just see there the look of it. It's not too wet, but it's still kind of solid. And my mom just put like a big spoonful of the mixture in the banana leaves and doing a wrap of it. It may look like the wrap that we do for the lumpia. And so you just take the ends and then you fold the ends together. And as you can see there, one tupig or tinopig put together. And so now just putting these together will be, my mom is going to be putting several of it together. And so this is good for if you have your family, to do it as a family with your kids. It makes it goes by faster, and everyone partaking in the process of putting this together. And then after this, we will show how to make the bibingka. And so just like that, there are 5 tupig ready to go. So what we're doing now is preparing to cook and place the tupig in a pot to be cooked. So as you can see, my mom is putting the tupig in the pot, but before she placed everything, she did take some scraps of the softened banana leaves on the bottom, and now we will be bringing this to the stove now for cooking. Do you put any water in it, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much water did you put in, Mom?
1/2.
1/2 cup. So we use a regular glass. Check it out, Ma'o glass. Give it up for Ma'o. And so we put it on the stove. Just 1.5 of that, and then we put it to what, Mom? What, high?
Yeah, I put.
So make sure we cover. So again, how about how long? Like 20 minutes?
No. What time now?
It's 12:10.
Oh, let's say if 1 hour.
This will cook for 1 hour
I guess.
on high.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will put
we
high
will
first,
check back because you know, Ilokano way, it just changes every time. So I don't know. My mom don't quite know. But we will see when we get done, and we will assess. Okay, and so now the tupig is finally cooked, and just wanted to do a correction with the timing of the cooking. We had placed it on high and actually cooked it for 30 minutes on the stove. Normally my mom cooks on the gas stove outside on high, which takes about an hour. So it depends on the type of heat that you're using, if it be gas or electric. So in this case we use electric on here, and it took us about 30 minutes to get done. So showing you the finished item here, the tupig. So this is the tupig that we have, and now we're gonna open it up and taste it. Don't mind the back, my mom is washing dishes. I know you can hear that, so don't mind the water that's being cleaned at the in the time being. So this is the tupig, as you can see here, freshly made. Good. Normally I because my parents don't like much sweet, I'll probably dip it with some brown sugar for add some more sugar to it, but other than that it's good to go. The next piece will be bibingka that will be made in a pan, so stay tuned for that. Thank you. Okay, so we're back again. We just got done making the tupig wrapped in banana leaves that featured the banana leaves from our campus garden, the cassava from the garden, as well as the coconut from our backyard, both in the coconut milk and then also the fresh coconut. And so we just finished made the tupig, in which you saw from the last segment the finishing piece as I was eating it. Now we're gonna actually make bibingka, which actually is the exact same ingredients with maybe 1 or 2 more extra items. And so the tupig is the banana wrapped of the mixture, and now this one is actually going to be baked. So the tupig was actually kind of steamed in water in a hot pot with about a glass cup full of water that was on high for about 30 minutes, with it being reduced to a medium heat for 30 minutes. And so now we're gonna do the bibingka, which we're gonna feature the cassava that was shredded, and we shredded a while back, and so this was frozen, and now it has been thawed. And now the same ingredients from the tupig is that we have brown sugar, so we have both the golden brown and the dark brown. So we like the brown sugar, as my dad had mentioned about the molasses. We're going to be putting some mochi-like, some coconut, some fresh coconut, as well as the fresh coconut milk. In addition to that, we do have vanilla extract, as well as 2 eggs and butter, melted butter. And so the melted butter, we will be putting it in our glass pan here. So when we are done with the mixture, am I doing it correctly? So my mom is telling me what I should be doing. So we'll be, kind of coating the pan here once we get all of the mixture. Do I put more? This is good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so we got it all coated in the pan, so that will be ready to go. And now the fun part of putting everything together. So cassava, the kahoy we call it. So from here, what else we put in?
I put that one.
Put all of them?
Yeah.
Or some?
Not yet, so, okay.
So this is roughly about, we probably put in about 1 cup, a little over a cup of this fresh milk in. And then from here, what else?
We put
the mochi-like. Now we're gonna put the mochi-like. So we actually use 1 mochi-like flour box for both the bibingka and the tupig. So this is roughly about maybe 1/4 of the box. And now we're just gonna mix it. What else are we gonna put in, Mom?
Yeah, this one, butter.
Now we so we have the dry ingredient of the mochi-like. Now we're gonna put butter in. All of it?
No,
How much?
some more. Okay.
You know how we not even measuring, so I'm just trusting my mom in this process. The next part, we'll put some brown sugar in. So we're just putting it through the strainer because there's, we just never know what is in the sugar as it sits. So we just want to ensure that we catch all the things before placing it in here. And so I think we just have 2 more ingredients as my mom sifts through the brown sugar. We do have 2 eggs and the coconut. Which one we're gonna put now, Mom?
This one.
Okay. So we're gonna finish that. Nothing beats fresh coconut. That's about the 3rd time that I said that, or maybe 4th times in this series. How much of this I'm gonna put in?
Just half.
Half of this. So this is like a box, a container full. Just half of this. And the last piece is the egg.
This one.
Okay. Which one first? This?
Yeah.
Crack the egg. And then put this in?
Yeah. One cup. I know 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon? That's okay. I put a little bit more just to add more flavor. And so we're going kira, we will mix, yeah? Kira. So we want to take a look at the mixture that we have here. This one might be easier to do because it takes away the banana wrapping and the peppering of the banana. So this one will just go straight into the container, the glass tray that had the melted butter in it. So you might want to taste it before we actually put it in to see the sweetness of it. But just in case you got too excited and you forget, you can always drench it in sugar afterwards or honey following the cooking of it for more flavor, for more sweetness. Then from here, what we're gonna do now, Mom? So we now put it in the tray here. So there you have it, our bibingka. We're now going to be putting it in the oven at 400, how high?
Just 400.
400 degrees. In the small oven, it will be done for an hour. But if you decide to put it in your regular oven, 400 degrees, and it may take a little bit more faster than an hour because it's the regular oven. So we'll see you back in a bit. And we are back. Taking a preview of the, not the preview, but the finished product of our bibingka featuring cassava in this final piece. So it's just being cooled down as we speak, and so we will be enjoying this, and it comes in a perfect time as we will be celebrating my father's birthday, and we'll be eating this for my father's birthday. That is actually happening tomorrow. Today is September 6th, and my dad's birthday is September 7th. So we'll be enjoying this bibingka, and earlier we made the tupig in this. So we started eating and we finishing off. So today we've made with you, or for you, tupig as well as bibingka. So thank you for joining our family, the Velasco family in Kapolei, and I hope that you folks have a chance to make these desserts, Ilokano desserts. Agyaman na kada kayo, amen, which is thank you to each and every one of you folks. Aloha.